So I'm gonna start animating from victory because it had one letter more. Okay, let's do the text animation. I don't want to add extra bones rigs here because letters are different. And with that bone, I try to use as many properties as I can. Scale shear. So it should be a little bit like aggressive, violent, powerful. It has to come from the left side as in the original example. And I don't want it to travel from too far. So it opens up. Maybe here we can move things back a little bit. Scale them maybe like this. Maybe I can try to make them like appear from 3D. So make them bigger. I'm gonna try to offset the scale and maybe the shearing as well. Maybe one vibration for the translate, like back and forth. So in that case, I will have this key copied. So the initial frame will be a little bit further, and then I would like maybe to make it accelerate so it stops abruptly. Let's move it a little bit further. Yeah. Okay. Final thing, I will paint color them transparent initially. So delaying it's hard to just drag all the timelines for each letter. So you can minimize all and then make sure that order is right here proper. Just moving back and forth the timelines. Yeah, let's do one frame offset. Actually don't like how it hits because it was looking fine when it all hit. But when one letter at a time does that, it's really loses its purpose. The letters are not that heavy, so they hit that hard. Maybe we can make them even bigger. Go to Graph View, Filter All. So this is 100%. This is what we need. You can see the value here. Let's see if that works for the feet. As you can see, the alignment of the bones is not perfect. So because the letters, I place the bones for the victory, but the letters are different alignment here. I'm not going to change them. This works fine. But if it was not, I would create another set of bones or constraints maybe and put that in the skin. For now, I'm fine. Looking for this VFX. I'm gonna duplicate that. This is going to be outside of the flip. So let's move it out into the container. We need to reset. I want all the lines. So this is how it moves. I like it. Letters appearing here. I'm gonna show it here and play just once. 30 frames per second. Moving it where it needs to be, making it bigger. Let's see. Yeah, I like what I see. I'm gonna leave this effect for now. Now I'm gonna introduce the other effect which we have behind the text. So I'm gonna use one. For now, I'm not concentrating on the loop. So let's convert it to mesh. I don't want to warp inside pieces. I don't want to create vertices here. But I'm gonna create vertices on the edges. So as soon we get middle points when we generate, we hit Ctrl Z to revert it, and this works fine for me. Let's put it inside the container. Select container, click on it with Ctrl held, and add a bone for it. So it's select that bone, and maybe just turn on wireframe here. Select that bone, and with Shift held, just click to create bones on each intersection. Spine should do actually pretty nice job. As long as bone is inside the mesh, it will be included. For example, this bone won't be included. You can see that yellow was excluded, and while this blue was there. So maybe we can move this bone inside and hit Auto. Now it's there. Let's check overlay and see maybe some issues here. Fine for me. You can hit smooth, but it's fine for me. It's already smooth. So these bones can be used in any way. Let's hide wireframe and hide the effect here. Okay, now to animate the smoke, I'm gonna need to do that first movement that comes from the left. Show it actually here, transparent, and then few frames back. So this is where I want it to be initially, and this is where I want it to be. Starting a little bit early. Yeah, so I'm pretty much looking something for this, like a general motion. After that, we will do the looping. Looping should be actually a separate animation, so we will cover it, maybe different video. But since we have all the bones here, maybe we can scale them down and show one by one, starting from this end. I want it to expand a bit further and then sit back on the setup pose. Kind of waving effect. So for idle, I'm gonna just move it back and forth, like in a delayed manner, like everyone will be offsetted. I will also copy all this. So additive is going to be on top. Can maybe scale it down a bit. Move. They have nice offset. Okay, the last effect I want to add on this will be the letters themselves. So for that, it is a standard technique. You've seen me using it. So I'm just using the standard glare sequence. I think it's 1 to 17. So then I will convert it to mesh, looking what I need actually. I think this is enough. I will avoid creating points in the middle. So after that, I'm just gonna position over the letters. Okay, I have aligned it along the victory. I'm not going to do for defeat. Maybe I will do different effect there. I remember they had dissolve effect. Particles were falling. Let's see what we can do there. So let's filter all glare attachments and hide them. Starting from here, I'm gonna select them and one by one animate. Yeah, I think glares are ready. Like it took maybe 30 minutes.